Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dave from NetcodeGuides.com, and I'm going to do a breakdown of Olofmeister's play versus NiP. Now, Olofmeister didn't have an insane game this game. He probably played pretty average to his standards, and his team lost 16-13. I'm doing this because a lot of people said that in my Shazam video, you could take a look at any player and find tons of mistakes that they're making and things like that, but I completely disagree with that. This first round, we're not even going to look at Olofmeister. We're just going to look at Get Right because he does the most insane shit ever. And yeah, Get Right's a fucking god. Um, Not much you can do there when you just get flash and die on a B rush. It happens. Um, so not much to go off there. A lot of this is going to be honestly pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. He plays CS. He plays right. There's not going to be that much to analyze. I'll tell you right now. I watched the whole demo. Couldn't even find maybe more than like 2 or 3 things that he does wrong. Um, right there, I think he was trying to beat the smoke and spam it. I'm not sure, but he gets kind of lit up. He's the Halls player, so you're going to see him doing a lot of solo things. He's going to be lurking a lot, and a lot of what he's going to be doing is a lot of like risk versus reward on T side, right? Um, he's going to try to put some pressure on Halls, and a lot of the reason he's probably going to be putting pressure on Halls is because if you put pressure on Halls, what happens is if you're like scooting up towards the end of Halls, throwing nades, shooting your gun and stuff like that, then all of a sudden this Halls player has to respect it. He has to watch it a lot, and he can't just focus on porch the entire time and leave it be. So this round, he's not able to get that trade kill on JW. He probably played that a little bit wrong, to be honest. He probably should have been a little bit closer to JW, looking at that back, and just been able to run out and pre-fire this guy. But, you know, he wasn't. He was a little bit further away. You don't want to be. The thing about spacing is it's very finicky, right? You don't want to be too far away, but you don't want to be too close at the same time. If you're too close at the same time, then as soon as this guy kills this guy, he just keeps holding mouse 1 and he kills the other guy. But you want to be close enough to that where he kills that guy, and you can make him like think for just a millisecond and then peek. This round, NiP just rushes down B in middle, and they have Glocks and they just annihilate him. Not much to watch there. Okay, now we're going to watch fourth round. I did a round breakdown of this round that you'll see on YouTube soon because I think it's a very good round to look at. He takes his spawn. Actually, no, it's the next round. But anyways, he comes up, you know, just rushes up middle, puts pressure with that smoke. That smoke that they're throwing there is the Fnatic mid smoke. Makes him think that they're going to flash over. Does a lot of damage to Forest, actually, just 50 damage. So that was pretty good for him. Now he's just the Halls guy. He's going to be waiting around. He's going to be reacting to what his team does. He's kind of just waiting for Pronax's call here. To be honest, if I was him, I'd actually think it's better for him to be either close to Crims or the end of Halls. I don't think it's that great to just be like sitting around here, but maybe it's by design. The risk if you're up here is that they flash peek Halls and kill you. The bad part about being around here is that you can't immediately react to your teammates and what they're doing. So we're going to see they're going to end up going back to B here while JW wraps. JW hit an insane shot, by the way, on the Opera there. He throws a pop flash through the smoke right there, like a perfect pop, by the way. It just rapes Freeberg. And him and his teammates kill him, and then they come out 3v2. And throws a good smoke there, and they just close out this round pretty easily. So again, we'll try to watch this whole demo, and I'll show you. I mean, he's 0-3 right now, 0-1-3, but not really many mistakes. So this round is the round I did a round breakdown of. You see he took the absolute best route possible, ran up and killed Alu, and was just a really good play because everybody knows when you play against Alu, he likes to pick middle and pick towards those T-steps. Then he goes back in Halls. I actually think he might have made a slight mistake here in that he probably should have gotten to the end of Halls, but maybe he just didn't want to risk dying here since he knew his team had the positional or the man advantage. Now he knows Forest's porch. So as soon as he knows Forest's porch, he knows that Forest's porch get right toward him from B and Freiburg's B. So he comes and gets to the end of Halls, and this is very, very important because he's sitting here and he's seeing that Forest isn't going back to pit. This play is like, it may not look to the average eye and the average person about just how good this play that he made here is, but it's actually exceptionally good. The fact that he knows Forest isn't pit now, He hears Forrest throwing these nades. He sees where he's throwing these nades from, and he knows he's not pit. Makes a huge difference in this round, because as soon as Flusha kills him and they know he's not pit, he doesn't have to worry about that, right? He just jiggle peeks, and it's extremely difficult for Forrest right now to watch lane and watch halls, and he just ends up coming out and killing him. Flusha also did a really good job here of jumping up. He jumped up, and Forrest looked at Flusha and snapped to his head, kinda, even though he had never had a chance of killing him. And then Olofmeister came out and got an even easier frag. Now they're playing 2 1v1s here, which is a pretty good idea for this plant. He ends up doing 94 to Freeberg. Honestly, the main reason he peeked there is because he probably thought he knew Freeberg was sight. He probably thought Freeberg was pushing up on him. And if you're in this position, you don't ever want to let this guy come up like this and kill you. If you're in this position and they're like up on you, you either want to peek or you want to wide peek from here. It's actually probably better to wide peek from here, because usually what happens is they're walking, their crosshairs they're usually like around here, and you can just fly past them and it's a really hard headshot for them. But anyways, he did enough damage to easily let Flusha win that round. So far, he pretty much won that round for his team. He killed 2. He got the opening frag. He knew exactly where Forrest was, and he did 94 to Flusha. So pretty much he won the round for his team so far. To put the CTs on a save, which is a complete difference from what we saw of Shazam, right? Every time he was able to put someone on a save, he wasn't able to do it. And that was a lot of the criticism I had, right? Easy rounds to close out, and he kept fucking up. Let's see. Another thing is, like, if you're in the pit there, like I discussed before, had he just waited and Freeberg was able to kill him without him doing any damage, all of a sudden, like, Flusha is in like this 1v1. Freeberg knew where he was. You could see him on the box. He knew exactly where he was. And he knew Flusha was porch. So it's like he had to peek. In Shazam's situation where he was at long, he could have just ran away. If Olofmeister was in halls here and he stayed and fought, then I would say, okay, that was a shit spot. He should have just ran away. But he wasn't. He was in the pit, so he had to fight. Now they're just on an anti-eco. It's coming out of halls. Able to get Forrest there. Get the trade. 2v4. Those are good smoke on motos. That's like, whenever you're playing post plant, you always want to try to throw that smoke on moto. It's probably the best smoke you could throw. He knows he still has a little bit of time and they're coming porch. It's just like one of the best spots to be in. And just him and Pronax play that really well. Pronax kills up 3, but anyways, does his job there completely. Gets the trade kill, gets the smoke down. They're planted. They plant the bomb. They're in the 2v4, and they win that round. Okay, this round looks like he's trying to run up halls quick to try to capitalize off that death by Crims. He sees Forrest there, and then shoots at him, throws a flash, and dies. Now, this is a death where I'm actually completely fine with this happening. And the reason why is, so this is a little bit of how, like, my brain works. I'm going to let you guys know right now. He came up, and had he killed Forrest there, which he very well could have. Forrest hit a pretty good shot there. Now, you could say this is a mistake, but if I was Pronax, I'd have him go for that frag every round. Every single round. If he can get a 1v1 there where he knows where Forrest is and has a chance of killing him, he should do it. And this is the reason why. I think Olofmeister's chances to kill Forrest there were 50-50. And if he kills Forrest there, they win the round. Alu's dead at the port side, right? And Exist is Arch. So if he comes out halls there and kills Forrest, they have the entire site. He's going to come. He's going to smoke off Moto. His teammates are going to come and jump in the pit. His teammates are going to come, smoke off here. They're going to run and plant, and they're going to have post plant and a 4v3. So the way I look at that is he probably had a 50-50 chance of winning the round right now, right? Anytime you can give me a 50-50 chance of winning a round on T-Side Inferno, I'm going to take it. Every single time. And that's one of the things that you have to understand about being the lurker. I don't even know if you want to call Olofmeister the lurker. It might be a bad name, because he's attacking a lot. He's taking chances and he's attacking a lot. If you watch him on Cobble versus Virtus Pro, you'll see that, right? He's trying to make plays happen. And that's part of what Pronax is telling him and Flusha to do. Like, him and Flusha open up a lot of rounds, because that's their role, right? like Pronax tells them, like, take those chances. But yeah, if you give me a 50-50 chance where I win the round and put the other team on a save on Inferno, I'll take it every time, because on Inferno you're at a disadvantage on T side. You don't have if Fnatic's playing against Fnatic and Fnatic's T side and Fnatic's CT side, Fnatic on T side wouldn't have a 50-50 on winning a gun round. They wouldn't. They would have like a 35-65, a 40-60 or something like that. Maybe a 30-70 even. Anywhere in between those odds. So anytime you can get a 50-50 to win the round, you do it. Now, if you're CT side on Inferno, right, and you have a 50-50 of winning a round where it's 4v, where it's like 5v5, where if you lose the round, or let's say 4v4, right? Say you're a solo B guy, your teammates have rotated off, and you take a battle against someone at B. And it's like a 50-50 battle, right? It's just if you win the gun battle, you're going to kill him, then you'll probably win the round. But if you lose, you're probably going to lose the round. The guy's going to take B, they're going to plant the bomb, they're going to win the round, right? Why would you take that? You're favored on Inferno. You don't take those 1v1 50-50 risks to CT. You try to take the battles where you have an advantage. So that's kind of like where my mind frame is at on things and how I look at the game. So anyways, he didn't win that battle, but it was a good challenge in my opinion. They jump out middle with Tech 9s. You know, his team just gets cleaned up. As of this point, his score isn't great. I mean, it's 5-6, but I would say he won his team around that put the other team on a save, and then he won a 2v4 with Pronax. Like, as of now, he's done a really good job so far, and even though his score is 5-6. And again, I just picked this demo just because I was doing a demo review on it, and I was like, okay, people said that I could find mistakes like that on any demo. He's peeking middle. There's a really good nade on Exist there, kind of just making him respect middle here, while his team 4-1s into B. So right here, as he's the one while they have 4 towards B and they're going through the smoke. So he's just trying to make it look like, hey, you know, we're not all at B. We're, you know, we could all be over here. Just respect us, please. Don't have 3B right now. That's just really all he's trying to do. He goes and he takes the halls control. He has a lot of free roaming action against NiP. Against NiP, if you're a lurker, you could play, you know, you could, and you're the halls guy, like you could take halls control by yourself usually. You know, NiP doesn't necessarily play it too much. Forest doesn't necessarily play it. He comes out here, gets an easy kill on Forest. He doesn't even check Boiler. Is still worried about someone being pit, but then as soon as he sees him sight, he knows like, okay, let me wait for my team and just trade kill on him. He might have made a little bit of a mistake there by not facing sooner. He probably would let Exist get another kill, and now he's in this 2v1 with 25 HP. This was actually really intelligent what he did. Watch what happens here. He throws that smoke, and the reason he throws that smoke is because he could see their feet underneath it. Freeberg knows this, so he jumps and gets in position, and they double peek him. But a lot of people don't know that. Like, a lot of people don't know that you could see their feet underneath that. And if Freeberg didn't know that, he might have been able to spray down them both. So Freeberg made a good play there. He's not able to win that 2v1, but he made a good play to kill Forest and, you know, help take the site. The trade kill wasn't there on Exist. I almost guarantee if the trade kill was there on Exist, they probably would have won that round. That might be on him, that he didn't get that early enough. I don't know. It's hard to say with those very split-second decision makings. So far, I don't know. I haven't really been counting how many like mistakes have been made, but there definitely hasn't been anything that is like 100% just a mistake. You know, there really hasn't. As soon as I say that Forest doesn't play in the halls, look where he is. What is that, like? I think they call it Caster's Curse. But anyways, you know, Tech 9 around here, not really much to commentate. NiP just getting the better end of the trades. They go through the smoke. Freeberg picks off 3. 7-3 for NiP, doing a good job on this half. Now that could be a mistake. He tries to take Alu out the same way that he did before. I don't know if that was a call by him or someone else, but that could have been a mistake. Generally, at this level, you're probably not going to fuck someone over the same way twice. And he fucked Alu like the round before to win that round. So yeah, there you go. I think that could be like the first call that you could call a mistake. That I would say is for sure one. But even then, you know, it's not the worst challenge. That shot's actually a pretty hard shot as a CT. Comes over here, puts some pressure on halls. Gets lit up a little bit by Forest. Again, he's in a 4-1 situation, so he's just trying to be here and try to be like, hey, look, we have Halls control, don't send 3B. That's like his main job. And then his teammates end up coming back after Flusha gets that kill at B. And he's going to end up coming out of Halls here. Pretty tough to come out Halls. One of the toughest things to do in the game. Comes out Halls, gets killed by Forest there. Do the smoke. Really his whole job there was just to sell the fake though. Him and I think it was Crims just went over here just to jump out and almost suicide themselves so that Pronax, JW and Flusha could take B on a 3v1, which they do. If you guys want to see the rest of this round. You know, so yeah, he wasn't able to get kills there, but his job is pretty much just to sacrifice his life so that they can get the site. It's really difficult to get kills jumping out of Halls, especially when you have no flashes towards pit, you know? So yeah, this round comes pushing back Halls again early. They're getting such early map control, which is really helping them out, right? Like a lot of people, when they take Halls control, they're taking it so carefully, so methodically, and it takes so long to take Halls control, which is fine against a lot of teams. But against NiP, like maybe once a half they'll play in Halls. So you could generally get away with playing super aggressive and taking control of Halls early. Now he's over here, he's just trying to, you know, put that pressure, make sure they don't have to, you know, that they have to respect Halls so that mid control is easier. This is good. I like when the Halls player plays like towards the boiler guy if the boiler guy's peeking, because then if the boiler guy gets killed, you can quickly trade. And let's see, I don't quite remember this round. Looks like they're going back to B. He had to get the bomb. Oh yeah, I remember this round. He does a really good job clutching this round actually. They come, his teammates can't take B, 3v3, he has 100 health. So when he has 100 health here in a 3v3, he's and both his teammates are a little bit low and one has a Galil, he's probably going to play it a little bit more aggressively than normally. He does a good job here. He's just posting up on the smoke. Like anytime you can post up on a smoke, you do it. Exist tries to fucking come through the smoke, and look what happens. Olofmeister just wrecks him and then closes out this round by getting that kill. So played the 3v3 perfectly. And anytime post plant there's a smoke down, post on the smoke every single fucking time. Every single time. If you're in pit and there's a smoke here, post on the smoke. You need a guy doing that. And that was what Olofmeister did for his team that round. And he was rewarded with 2 kills. So played that pretty much perfectly. Right here, taking it a little bit more passively since he knows NiP's probably on an eco. Gets that good trade kill there. That was a nice shot actually. I should have slowed that down more. You know, just going out Halls. He's just, his job is just to trade here. Do his best to trade. Comes out. Sees Alu in that corner, which stopped him from checking the balcony. Gets Alu, gets traded on by Exist, and then Flusha trades on him. So that was fine. Last round of the half. Taking Halls control once again. Flashes the end. Probably gets a little bit too aggressive here again and dies to Forest. So far, I would say that's a mistake. I would say that's a mistake. Forest hits a really nice shot on him, but I think that was a mistake on him getting a bit too aggressive. I think at this point, like, when you're in his position, he's taken the first contact. He's put the round on him. Many rounds in this half. I would say like 4 to 5 gun rounds. It probably would have been better to just like let his teammates kind of take the map control and then do something as a team here. Ends up dying to Forest. So I would say that was a bit of a mistake. He kind of showed his hand a bit earlier in the half by doing that a couple times before, and then to do it again, you know, it was probably a little short-sighted of him. So anyways, that's the T half. I would say he was definitely a net positive for his team. Won the round for his team. That put him on a save. Died a couple times to make it 4v5. Won the clutch in that 3v3. Helped Pronax win that anti-eco in the 2v4. I would take that. I think Olofmeister did a good job there. But anyways, obviously it's like, if I was just taking out the bad that Olofmeister did, right, in this, it would be like, shit. Actually, let me rewind that. There really wouldn't be much, right? It would just be like a really boring demo. So people who say that you just are looking, you could do this on every player are completely wrong. Like, I've watched Get Right before, I've watched Happy before, I've watched so many demos, I've analyzed so many of them, and trust me, that's just not the case. Like, people don't make that many mistakes at this level of play. Like, it doesn't happen very often. There might be like 3-4 a game. Right here, he calls it their B rushing, and honestly, just dies to Forest there, jumping through the smoke. Not really much you could say. I mean, let's be honest, like, if he didn't headshot him, he was probably going to die there or get traded on, and his team ends up losing this round. These 2 rounds, he goes through the holes as a CT and gets there super quick and gets like behind him almost. Almost had a chance to make plays here. Ends up peeking to Exist here, and Exist sees him. And then hopping down in the pit, but NiP wraps towards B and wins the round pretty easily. So next round he does the same. This time he tries to go behind all the way to B. Gets there a little bit too late though. 1v4. NiP ends up winning the round. Okay, this round I think he goes 1 for 1 here. But NiP does something different. Most teams do not push through the smoke here, like almost ever. But Olofmeister, Freeberg, sorry, decides to. Gets the trade on Freeberg. I don't know, little situation there. I don't know what to say about that, if that was a mistake or not. They just went through the smoke and he only got 1 kill. Crims, to be honest, kind of messed up a little bit. If anybody messed up there, he probably should have been dodging flash because Olofmeister was posted. So anytime like one person's here posted, the other guy should be like hiding here, dodging flash. Then the flash comes, this guy peeks, frags out, blah blah blah, like clockwork, right? Anyways, they lose this round. They're in a really bad spot, 13-6. They just eco rush Banana with 5 people. He dies pretty early. Not much to say there. 14-6. He's 12-16, so it's not like he's not having an incredible game. But even though he's not having an incredible game, you can see it's not like many mistakes or anything. This round's just a whatever round. His teammates clean up. This round they're just playing behind that smoke. You'll see Fnatic almost always uses this smoke. Just gives them map control early in the round. Allows them to put pressure at other parts of the map and to know that they're not going B and they never have to worry about B at the start. This round 3v4 they just decide to save. Puts them on a 15-7 and then this is where they pull out the double up. Goes B. Plays this round really well. Anytime that a smoke comes spindle and you're pushed back, you want to go on top of the spindle and go above the smoke, and it's really hard for them to see you. So that's exactly what he does. It's exactly what you want to do. Comes out, gets a kill while maintaining map control. Flush a JW, go through the smokes and get 1 each. Now he's going to switch up his spot. Peek towards mid. I don't like this peek. I really hate this peek because people peek from here and then kill you. I hate that peek. I wouldn't do that if I would never tell anybody to do that. Anyways, can't really remember what happens this round. Just goes here. Goes to the spindle. Jumps up on top of the smoke. Once again, if you jump on top of the smoke, you almost always get the better end of the deal. It's a really good play. His team wins the round. Even though he died there, like, that was good because they know that they're getting that kill and they know the other guy's planning, so they know exactly where they are. Worst case scenario, they're in a 2v1 right after he kills them. It's a play you have to make. That I don't like. I would call that a mistake. Anytime there's a smoke here, he might not have known there was a smoke there, but anytime you're portioned off here, especially in that situation where there's two of you, this guy should go sight every single time. That could have gone wrong right there that round. I would say that was a mistake. Like, his other guy's sight was on an island. If they were able to kill that guy and not have any CTs to crossfire and trade with him, then shit could have gone pretty bad. This is like a pretty big risk. Works out for him because he gets the leg shot. But, you know, I don't know. So Fnatic's known for making those risks. That's like their play style, right? So I wouldn't necessarily recommend people doing that. I think they can close this out with a tie by just playing normally. Gets 2 nice kills there. And gets in this 2v3 with Crims, Flusha, and Olaf. Crims probably shouldn't have been peeking there. That was really intelligent, by the way. Him falling back here and going like this and taking that angle towards this guy was really, really fucking smart. And then running all the way back and holding here is very intelligent too. Now Exist is 15 HP. You know, the reason he wants to do that and goes back to Moto is just to maintain map control. And then if Exist plants, they hit him from 2 different angles. You know, Moto and Porch. And Exist, obviously, if he planted, he would only have like 5 seconds left. So he has to lock it and not have much chance of winning the round. So yeah, NiP just eco rushes B here. He goes and he just cleans up, gets, you know, 3 kills here. Not much to say about that. Rushes down B here, gets this kill. Probably took, well, I don't know, it's tough to say. It's tough to say when, I don't think it's a good idea to stand out in the open and spam. I think if you're going to spam at B, like you could call this a mistake as well. You should, if you're going to spam through the smoke, you should always be underneath the pillars and peeking like this and peeking like this and spamming. It's just a way less chance of you dying. Like, if you're spamming around here, around here, around here, even here too, because this is a very common pre-fire, it's just really easy to die like through the smoke. Another spot you could spam at is from on top of the car. So either be underneath the pillars or on top of the car if you want to spam. So you could call that a mistake, I guess. But it's not like one of those super major ones, right? Where you're fucking up in a 2v2 and a clutch and stuff like that. So anyways, they're on the B push here. Goes for an early rotate while Crims holds B. Just playing like the rotate here, playing towards Swan. This is a spot where I don't know, it's tough. I've been in this spot a lot, right? This is the spot I play in. I hate having 2 arch here. Whenever I'm in this spot where I'm like early rotating, I always tell my teammates, like, never have 2 arch. Ever. You never want 2 arch. Because look what happens. That guy dies in the pit, and then they have no control of the site. Right? Like, had the bomb been up Porch right now, they probably would have won the round. You never want 2 arch if you're setting to early rotate B, because that's where the B guy goes. It doesn't make any sense to have him there. Now, imagine had JW been like pit or site there, right? This wouldn't have happened. They wouldn't have been in this 3v2, which is like an almost impossible situation to win. An insane shot on get right there, by the way. You know, now he's in a 2v1 because Crims dies here. And this is going to be the match. They're going to lose this round. But that was more of a team mistake. Like, Fnatic as a whole shouldn't do that. I used to get really, like this. It was a big problem that we had on my team. It's like, I was always telling them, look, we're taking B control. I'm going to rotate. We don't need 3 arch. Always have just 1 arch if I'm pushing B. And I have B control. Because I'll come and help arch. Okay? And then we maintain site control. And we have a 2-2 setup rather than a 3-1 setup. And, you know, in a 3-1 setup, if they don't go arch, it's really hard on that one guy. So anyways, that's the breakdown of Olofmeister's play. I honestly think that Olofmeister is the best player in the game right now. I've said it before. I think he has the best pistols. I think he's the most well-rounded. And I think for his position on T side and his role, he makes by far the most impact. So yeah, that's it. So you can compare Olofmeister to Shazam and see if you think that every single player makes mistakes like he does. I don't think so whatsoever. I think, I've watched so many fucking demos, and when I watch it get right, I notice very few mistakes. When I watch Forest, I've noticed very few mistakes. When I watch Shroud, I notice very few mistakes. Happy, I notice very few mistakes. Shoxy, I've noticed very few. Like, it does not happen very often. It's very rare at this level of play that a player makes just a multitude of mistakes in matches over and over again. Yeah, people have an off match here and there, but it's almost never a regular thing with these guys. This has been Dace from NetcodeGuides.com. Thank you for watching. Peace out.